Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Krause from Kane Elementary. Welcome back. Guess what time it is? Where are we going today, Mr. McCauley?
Hi students, today we're going to go to many places. We're going to take tours of the vast public park system here in Bartlesville.
Oh great, fantastic. What a perfect time to be thinking about the parks that we have here to offer. Can't wait, school's almost out.
That's right, and don't forget, when we're finished with the tours today, we'll be right back here for some discussion questions. Enjoy your trip, have fun.
Hi, I'm Evangeline Webster from Kane Elementary, and today we're talking about Bartlesville Park. No matter what age you are or what grade you're in, there's a cool park near you. And did you know most of our Bartlesville parks have brand new equipment and lots of fun things to do? Speaking of fun things, today we're starting at Sooner Park on the east side of town. And also at Sooner Park, it has this giant green tower designed by Bruce Goff. Let's go up! From here, you can almost see the whole city. You can also see the Sooner Pool and the splash pad. And the great thing about the splash pad is it's free all summer long. Follow me. And from this other side, you can see all these other great things, like the playground, the volleyball court, and my personal favorite, the band show. What's up, Bartlesville? Bartlesville has parks for everyone. And right now, I'm at the cool new skate park. And no matter how many wheels you're on, there's a great place for you here. Bartlesville has so many fun parks. There's even parks for dogs. Right next to us is the dog park, and that is fun off the leash. Here I am at Bartlesville's newest park, Veterans Park. It's right next to the Boys and Girls Club and really close to the Frontier Splash Pad. Smells like summer fun out here. You know, not all parks have playground equipment. I'm here at the Pathfinder that has over 12 miles of trails that you can walk, bike, run, scooter, or even roller skate on. Pathfinder goes through the whole city. And if you look close enough, there's a Frisbee golf course just by our own high school. Hey, shout out to Katy Park, toot toot! Can't wait to hit that roller coaster this summer. Here we are at Bartlesville's oldest park, Johnstone Park. Johnstone Park is over 100 years old. That means your grandparents, maybe even great-grandparents, played here when they were kids. Even though Johnstone Park is considered a classic park, it has lots of brand new equipment. And one of my friends that helps with that is Lisa. Hello, Lisa.
Hello, Evangeline. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
Good for you.
So, we visited a lot of parks today with new equipment. Where did that come from?
Well, in the city of Bartlesville, we try to keep an eye on all of our playground equipment, and when we see that it's reached its useful life, or maybe it's out of date and not as fun and cool as we would like it to be, then we ask the voters to approve money to replace the playground equipment. And so it was probably maybe 5 years ago that we went to the voters and asked them if they would replace the playground equipment you see here in Johnstone Park, as well as Sooner Park and maybe some of the other parks you visited. And the voters approved that money, and then once they approve it, then we work together with playground manufacturers to lay out the designs and get those constructed and built so all you kids can enjoy them.
Are there things that even kids can do to support parks?
Well, absolutely. Probably the most important thing is that kids need to come to the parks and to play, and to let their parents know. You know, to say, I want to go play at these parks and playgrounds. So the more use the kids give of the parks and the playgrounds, and the more the public is aware of them, and it increases activity at our parks. And activity at our parks is one of our most important things. And then, of course, you know, helping to keep the parks clean. So when you're playing, you see some trash going around, if you run over, snatch it up and throw it in the nearest trash can, those are great helps for the city.
Oh, nice. Bartlesville seems to have a lot of parks. Why do you think parks are important in a city?
Well, I think parks are what we call a quality of life thing. You can't necessarily put a value on it, in terms of money, but you know how you feel about being in a park. It makes us feel nice being out here today, don't you think?
Yeah.
And I think especially in times when we've recently had pandemics and people can't get out of their house and they can't socialize and they can't be around their friends maybe as they once were, parks give us an opportunity to still be together but out in a public space and to enjoy the amenities and the recreational features as well. That's what I think is important about parks.
Are there future plans for some parks now?
Yeah, one of the things that I think is one of the something that will be enjoyed by so many kids. It'll take some time for it to happen, but we're looking at doing an expansion of Sooner Swimming Pool.
Oh.
As you know, Frontier Swimming Pool was rebuilt years ago and has some slides and some little roundabout features
Like
for the
whirlpools.
kids. The whirlpool, yeah, that's what it is. And so we're wanting to do something similar to that at Sooner Park, and it'd be an expansion of that pool, but it would be for older kids. So we're looking at putting in some extreme slides, so it would be bigger and faster than the one at like Frontier Pool, but it would help to provide activities for kids that maybe have outgrown Frontier Pool. So that's coming up in a couple of years, as well as just ongoing things to try to improve our parks and make them better.
That's cool. When you were a kid, what was your favorite thing to do at a park?
Well, my favorite thing, and still is one of my favorite things to do at a park, is to go on the big swing sets. I just love to get on those swing sets and see how high I can go. And so that's still one of my favorite things to do when I come to a park.
Gee, I like to do that too. You want to go with me now?
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Within the sights, you will find I'll be breathing.
I have one more surprise for you. I'll read you a book called My Dream Playground. It's by K.M. Becker and illustrated by Jed Henry. I dream about having a playground, a real playground, a fun playground in our neighborhood. But all we have is an empty lot down the street from my apartment. I know that someday my dream is going to come true. Every day on my way home from school, I walk past the empty lot. I run up the steps into our apartment. I grab my pencils, crayons, and sketch pad, and then I head back down to the stoop, and I start to draw. What I draw is my dream playground. I draw slides, and swings, and monkey bars, and trampolines. I draw my friends and my brother sliding down the twisty slide, jumping on the trampoline, and flying as high as the buildings. I show my drawings to Mom, and she hangs them on our fridge. Never stop dreaming, she tells me. Then after dinner, my brothers and I add to my drawings. We use purple for the slide, yellow for the swings, and red for the trampoline. Right now, our drawings are just dreams, but I know that someday they will come true. Then one day, everything changes. My brothers and I are still sitting on our stoop, and when a man comes by and stops and looks around the empty lot across the street. "It's him," I say. "Who?" my brothers ask. "The man who's going to build our playground." He takes out the tape measure and starts measuring and making notes on the clipboard. I run up the steps 2 at a time and into our apartment. I grab my drawings from the fridge and rush back down the stairs. "Excuse me, sir," I say to the man. "You are here to build the playground, aren't you?" He looks surprised at first, and then he smiles. Yes, I am," he tells me. How did you know?" "I just knew," I said. "I knew you would come." "Well, you're right. My name is Daryl, and some hard-working volunteers are going to turn this vacant lot into a playground." "Can I show you some of my designs?" I ask nervously. "Designs?" "For the playground. I always dreamed of having a playground that would be built here." I show him my drawings, and he looks over them carefully. Then he says, "You're a talented artist. This This is an impressive playground design. How would you like to be the project manager? We could use your help. Really? I say. I could be a hardworking volunteer too. Then Daryl and I shake hands. The next day, I run home as soon as school is out. Daryl is already at the lot. He hands me my very own clipboard. Here you go, project manager, he says. Daryl asks my opinion on everything. How many sides do we need, he asks. 2, I said. Monkey bars or swings? Both. Then I make some more designs on my clipboard, and I show them to Daryl. Once we've decided on everything, Daryl asked me to make one more drawing, the final design for our new playground. Except this one is going to be real, not a dream. After days, weeks, and months of being a project manager and planning for my dream playground, the time to build is finally here. Hundreds of people come to help, including just about everybody I know, plus and lots of people that I don't know. Mr. Sid from the market brings me the sandwiches. Miss Gonzalez from the hardware store brings the tent. Gregory from upstairs is playing music. It's a big party, and everyone's working. We cut wood, dig holes, hammer and paint, and when it starts raining, we keep working regardless of the mud. And that's even more fun. It takes a whole week to build everything, but at last we're done. A huge crowd gathers to cheer for us. There's even a TV camera, and a reporter interviews me for the news. My name is in the newspaper, and so is a picture of our playground. But the best part of all is playing on the playground that I helped build. My dream playground came true, just like I knew it would. Well, I had fun doing all these great things with you, but you know what this really makes me want to do? Go play. See ya! We love Bartlesville Parks!
Oh my goodness, I recognize that host. What a cutie. All right, what I didn't realize was how many different parks that Bartlesville has to offer. Students, what was your favorite park?
You know, one of my favorite things about our parks here in Bartlesville is that they're open and free to the public. You know, did you know that there's a splash pad over by Sooner Pool and it's free to use? So question I have for the students, how many of you have used that splash pad over at Sooner Pool?
Hey, Mr. McCauley. Now, you and I have had a lot of talks about this. Boys and girls, Mr. McCauley likes to run. I don't know why, but he likes to run. So I see you running on Pathfinder a lot. Now, I'm always driving in my car, mind you. Boys and girls, have you ever noticed Mr. McCauley out running? You should look. Okay, so what do you think, Mr. McCauley? Do you think our students use Pathfinder to run or bike? Question, boys and girls, do you use Pathfinder to run or bike? How do you like it?
Yes, it is really special that Bartlesville has the Pathfinder Parkway that runs all the way through town. You know, something else I love is that there are so many different places at our parks where families can get together or friends can get together and have parties or events. So question I have for our students, how many of you have been to a party or maybe a family event at one of our parks?
So, Mr. McCauley, have you noticed that a lot of our parks recently they've been upgraded? We have new exercise equipment, we have new recreational type things, new swings, new slides. I mean, they're really neat. So boys and girls, when you go to the parks, what's your favorite thing to do there?
You know, I've noticed that many of our parks have been named after people or organizations that have donated money to help build them so that all of us here in Bartlesville would be able to use them. So A lot like our book, a question that I have is, if you were to build a park, what would you have in it?
That story was so good, and it was so neat to see how that little girl had a dream and that dream became reality. I think that we have kids in Bartlesville that could design parks, and who knows, maybe one day they'll be built. You never know. All right, boys and girls, thank you so much for coming along with us today. I hope that you had fun. I sure did. Mr. McCauley, summer's almost here. I hope to see you at some parks.
You bet, I will be there. And students, you have a great summer, and we'll see you soon. Bye.